Hello, my beautiful people. These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information in the public domain. Well, we know that Prince Charles has COVID and he was around our queen. I hope the queen is okay. I don't understand why people are still allowed around her without a previous test, a negative test. That should be the standard for that. So I hope our queen is okay. Now, much has been said about counselors of state. That is very important because now we potentially have Prince Charles, potentially the Queen, with COVID. Because Charles was an idiot who didn't take care of himself, and I am assuming he didn't take a test before he saw the Queen. Because I think seeing the Queen should be a big high in rank thing that you gotta make sure you test negative before you see her. Anyways, counselors of state take over the monarch's duties, which is, the red box the queen gets every morning, every day, with confidential documentation for her to sign, looked. I mean, there's not much you can do about it, but you need signatures. So they have to go very thoroughly and sign those documents. As it stands right now, is the first four in the line of succession who are in the country. Right now, Prince William is not in the country. I don't know if he's on his way back. So Harry's not in the country. So he's out. When Prince William comes back, according to what it says in the statutes, is that it's the first four in the line of succession which are in the country. So that would be Prince William. Harry's not in the country, so it falls to the next person, which would be, and that would be Prince Andrew. And then it would be the two York girls. That's the way it is. I've heard a lot of reports that, we have to bring Harry back because he's a counselor of state. No, that's not how it works. This is why people were saying we have to get Prince William back because, as it stands right now, if William is not in the country, it is Prince Andrew, the two York girls, and Prince Edward, which is okay. I mean, other than people don't like Prince Andrew because of everything. I mean, he's an arrogant prick, but I'll do a little bit after this about Prince Andrew, but for now we're sticking to the succession, to the Council of the State. Because I know that some people at Buckingham Palace are trying to use this thing of COVID with Charles and maybe the Queen as an excuse to bring Harry back. If they bring Harry back, and it's not needed because it's the first four in the line of succession who are residing. If one of them is not in the line of success, if one of them is not in the country, then it goes down to the next one. So I don't see the panic of bringing Harry back. This is a non-issue because it's actually in the bylaws of that. It's the first four in the line of succession who are in the country, which is why Prince William, who is not in the country, is coming back. But this is the thing with the line of succession. You always have people to take care of things. It doesn't fall that well, then it goes to the next one. But I know that some people in Buckingham Palace are trying to say, this is a perfect excuse to bring Harry back. Now, if they do that, they're going to bring Harry and his family back with all security and perks while he's counselor of state. That's what they're trying to do. So how do you feel about that? I think that's bullshit, in my very humble opinion, if he's not needed. But apparently they're trying to use this as a ruse to get him over here under fully funded security, so he gets his wish to stay at any palace and with free security and all the perks that come into it. I guess that'll give Harry and Meghan a little bit of Netflix, quite a lot of Netflix footage for their documentary. So if that is the case. Now, again, I repeat, Harry's not needed in the UK because the Council of State, if Harry's not there, it goes to the next person. So right now, the Councillors of State should be Prince William, Prince Andrew. And the problem that they have is that nobody likes Prince Andrew because of this scandal. So, but being a Councillor of State is not a matter of popularity. It's just the way it is. You know how people keep telling me, well, Charles going to be king because that's just the way it is. It's the same thing. And Andrew is Chancellor of State. That's just the way it is. If, you know, Charles is out and the Queen is out, then they need people to come and sign those documents. I cannot believe that they're going to use this and allow Prince Harry to come back and have access to all these confidential documents. That would be something very, very bad, in my opinion. I don't know. Can you imagine Meghan parading her ass all over the place? Yeah. No. So, much has been said. You know, Harry was very recently in the news about, he did an interview with a mate of his who's HIV positive or whatever. And he's talking about Princess Diana and HIV and stuff like that. I really don't think that Harry is the one to carry Princess Diana's I don't know, you know, legacy. Because this is a man with no words, who's not loyal, who's disloyal, who is a liar, you know. And I'm just going to leave this comment out. You know why I find all these articles you're seeing coming down in the news saying, oh, Camilla and Diana share this. Camilla had forgiven Diana. You know what's so terrible about that? Because Princess Diana is dead. So she's being used as a cloth, you know, like a washcloth. Oh, we're going to use Diana here. She's not alive. She can't answer. She can't defend herself. So now Camilla, Charles, or anybody, Harry, anybody can come out and say, you know, my mom said this. No. We have to go by the late princess's action and how she felt. We saw her panorama interview. Yes, it was given under ruse and under the, you know, deceived and tricked, but that's how she really felt. She, you know, she bared her soul. So I find that it's another form of abuse against the late Princess Diana, that they're using her name and they're giving all these things. Oh, she would have, could have. No. I think she used her platform when she gave the panorama interview. And look what I'm saying. Yes, that skank asshole tricked her into it, but she bared her soul. That's how she felt. This is her thoughts, you know, and in some things that were very personal. She brought, you know, but so it's quite a thing that Prince Harry's now saying, I'm going to carry my mom's legacy even though I can't fill her shoes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Meghan wants to fill her shoes, but you know, no. So that's why I find it appalling that people are, oh, Princess Diana had forgiven Camilla. Oh, Princess Diana and Camilla shared this star sign that they were, that must be stopped. That must be stopped, because she's not here to say, no, don't abuse my name. Don't abuse me. That's another form of abuse. I swear to God, guys, it is. So yeah. And now regarding Prince Andrew, I'm going to leave a link because I just saw the answer, the whole answer to the lawsuit. Oh, I follow this girl, this lady called Emily Baker. And she's a lawyer, and she dissects cases, you know, and she gets the legal documents. I do not believe Virginia Giuffre. I think she's a predator. I think she is, she's a predator who procured girls for Epstein in exchange for cash. But these are just my thoughts and opinions, okay? This is a woman who's ruthless, is only after money, and she's a liar. She's a confirmed liar, you know, very dishonest. So I am rooting for Prince Andrew to expose her skank ass. And I'll tell you why. I don't like women who come, you know, when women are abused, it's already very hard for a woman to go to the police station. Sometimes it's even harder to prove abuse or you know, physical or otherwise. So whenever we have somebody like Virginia Giuffre who goes and lies about it, and it's so public too, it sets everything back. And I reiterate to you guys, this is why she was not called in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, because her lies are so awful. And this is even the prosecution, and she's the most visible and vocal person out there, and yet she wasn't called then. It says a lot about her. So I was rooting for Prince Andrew. So I don't know who are his lawyers that he's paying all this money to, because, You know that he demands that the court send this petition. He in his answer, he put a petition to Joe Biden. And then he goes and asks for Donald Trump's taxes. And then he says, you people. I mean, who are these lawyers? How can he be paying millions to idiots? I mean, it is pretty bad. I'll leave the link so you go check it, because it's embarrassing. It's stupid. I mean, if this is his defense or whatever. But again, people go on, oh, he hasn't been found guilty. He hasn't been found guilty. It's not about being found guilty. It's about being liable, because this is not a criminal case. This is a civil lawsuit, okay? Now, I called Children's Protective Services in California, and I did report Harry and Meghan Markle. I'm saying it very publicly here because, I'm not a skank. I don't go by. So, and I left the complaint there, and whenever I get an answer, I'll let you guys know, because I called, and then they asked me to send an email, which I did. So we'll see what happens, because I really do believe that these children, by being kept isolated from the rest of their family, they're being brainwashed. And I know that the little girl, if they have her, it's still too small. But that little boy, it is a form of abuse to keep the children away from the rest. Because we're not talking about one family member. We're talking about everybody. Everybody. I read an article on one of the things that they posted, that a relative of Meghan Markle is concerned because she's isolating herself. Probably she's getting a lot of plastic surgery done to her face in case she goes to the Oscars, which I think she will. What relative? She's not talking to any of them. The only relative she's talking to is Doria. By the way, she's gone AWOL with the $9 million. So yeah, I called Children Protective Services and see what happens with it, because, and I said, I know that they're high profile, or at least they think they are high profile. They're public, but it is a children's right also to have relationships with their extended family. And by them being isolated from the extended family, they're depriving their children of their rights. And in this case, it's not about the mother and the father or uncle stuff. It's about the best interest of the child. So that's the thing that I'm arguing for. What is the best interest of the child? Because the best interest of the child is to have a very healthy relationship with their extended members of the family. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I didn't claim, I'm just arguing that point, so you know. We'll see what happens. So what do you guys think? Do you think that they're going to try to use the rules of Counselor of State? I am telling you, and I know people are going to come back. No, it has to be the first 4 in the line of succession. Otherwise, they can't be Counselor of State. To that, I'm going to answer this. Screw you. It is the first people in the line of succession who are in the country. This is why they're saying to Prince William, get your ass back here. Because otherwise it falls down the line. This is why you have a line of succession. This is the whole point of it. And this is why it's so critical to have those 2 children removed. Harry removed from the line of succession. Because if this person is not here, it falls on to the next one. Now, if something, God forbid, I hope the Queen lives. But let's say that Charles dies. Then the thing goes to Prince William, right? Then Harry moves up the ranks in the line of succession, not as Counselor of State because he's not in the country, but he moves up the line of succession. If Prince William, let's say, ends up being king, then basically Charles would be Harry would be the 4th in line to the throne. He moves up the ranks. He has to be made to sign a letter of abdication. God knows that Harry and Meghan have said they want no titles. They want nothing to do with the royal family. They just want the privileges. They just want the private security. They just want the tax breaks. They just want all the money, but they don't want any of the responsibilities. So that's how they want it. They're halfway in and halfway out. We want all the privileges and none of the responsibilities. And we want to call ourselves royals, and we want to basically milk and cow. And yes, I am very upset about the QCT because that is the Queen advertising. That kind of advertising is priceless because this is the Queen. And don't come, I've seen, you know, some people put me the thing and the screenshots of whatever. No, the QCT is the Queen's almost personal charity. This is the Queen. This is why the Queen was able, is the one who says, you're going to do this. This is why the Queen was able to say, Harry's going to be the president and Meghan's going to be the vice president. It's her say. So this kind of advertising from the Queen of England, of the United Kingdom, is priceless. This is a private company. It's not an organization. Better Up is not an organization. It's a for-profit private enterprise. And the Queen is advertising for it. And, oh, they got free, they're giving free access. It's not free because the advertising that they got from the QCT endorsing them is priceless. I mean, this is why it's heavily featured in the Better Up, on the Better Up website. And the funny thing is that after the QCT featured them on the website, oh, suddenly they got an influx of over $400 million. Guess, I wonder where that comes from. So anyways, what do you guys all think about this? I mean, I think Meghan Markle will go to the Oscars. I think she's getting so much plastic surgery. She goes quiet when she's doing stuff to herself. This is a woman who must be fasting the hell out of herself to be skinny and putting Botox, everything, you know, redoing her teeth because she keeps changing teeth like there's no tomorrow, you know, putting on those weaves and whatever, you know, getting hair extensions from wherever it is that she got. You'll see her. You'll see her. And then what do you think of the Chancellor of State? Do you think they will try to use as an excuse to bring them back? We'll see. And when they're not needed, it's just an excuse. So we'll see what happens. And I hope Her Majesty the Queen does not get COVID. I really do. I hope nobody should be near her without a negative COVID test. That fucking idiot of Charles should have taken a COVID test and said, you know, before he sees the Queen, every time he should have a COVID test. You know, I don't understand it. But let me know what you guys think, please.